Goku's defeated Frieza and now has Vegeta on Earth, but also Raditz and Nappa too. And a time traveler has appeared. Future Gohan, much younger than normal. What's going to change next? We'll cover all that and more in this 5th part of What If Goku Was Reborn. The future version of Gohan begins explaining how things went down. Goku died to the heart virus. Oh yay! Well, maybe that's not the right reaction, but Goku is kinda glad to hear things are going as they should. But clearly a lot has changed, and pretty radically too. If Gohan's the time traveler and he's that young, things must be very different. In the future, Goku obviously knew this was coming. He's kinda bummed because he was waiting around for Trunks to arrive, but he never did. So future Goku came to realize, oh crap, he's gonna be the one that dies, isn't he? He's bummed that he's the one who has to die, but at least another Goku will live. He didn't know any way to avoid this, and he even tried to have Bulma procure medicine ahead of time, but it didn't work. Thankfully the drug is developed sooner, but too late for Goku. He kinda acts as a martyr in this way. Since the heart virus came and went very quickly, she had nothing to really work with and didn't even know what other samples to take from because they don't know anyone else who suffered from it. Making a drug to prevent it without even seeing what they're trying to prevent, that's gonna be very tough. Especially because we don't even know how Goku caught it. Maybe it was something that he caught quickly, or maybe it was something that was dormant in him for a while. Either way, Bulma had no clue of what to look for. When Goku had symptoms of it, it was already too late, but at least she got a sample of what was happening. On his deathbed, he told a few more people about what was happening. Bulma learned Goku's story. He felt fine telling her now that she was actually with Vegeta. Though they're not officially together, he just knows that she's fooling around with him. And that alone is enough proof to her that he is telling the truth. Gohan finds out what's happening too, learning the story of Goku and everything. And Goku leaves one more warning. He tells them about the androids. He doesn't really know how things are going to go down in this timeline. And Jiro's lab is in a different spot, and things have changed so much by now already that, who knows, the androids could be completely different. He doesn't exactly know how things went in Trunks' timeline either, which is apparently the one that he's in right now. Though, even so, things should be radically different here. Anyways, this Goku ended up dying. Everyone began training for the androids, and Goku comes up with some sort of excuse as to how he knows about this. He doesn't want everyone to find out what happened with him. That is still kept secret, besides the people that already know. The one other person he tells is Krillin, his best friend. He feels like he owes it to him too. The androids actually aren't going to be much stronger than normal. I would say still stronger, but it's still 17 and 18 that arrive here, and it's like the normal future versions of them that are completely evil. Jiro's data was based off the stronger Goku here. But you also have to remember that originally Jiro had the androids based off basically Saiyan Saga Goku, and he made the androids way stronger than Frieza even was. If he truly could have made the androids way stronger than that, I don't see why he wouldn't have done that. He really had no reason not to. He probably was still trying to make them as strong as possible, and the same thing would happen here. So I can see the androids being marginally stronger, but probably not even strong enough to defeat Goku. Which is good for Jiro because Goku dies anyways, and the androids go after Goku's friends, although they kill Jiro too. The androids are too powerful for everyone else to fight. By this point, Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa have Super Saiyan, and Gohan does too. The 4 of them together, plus Piccolo, it actually is enough to hold off the androids. No one dies, but that also goes for the androids, neither of them die either. Everyone survives a lot longer, and Trunks is eventually born too. This Gohan's only about 13 years old. They would have come sooner, but this medicine is brand new. Thanks to everyone's strength, they're able to prevent a lot of damage from the androids, and it gave Bulma a lot more time to work and a lot more resources. Plus, she was working ahead of time. She started work on the time machine before Goku's death, and she had her father start working on the medicine. I don't know how good Bulma is with medicine, but I'm sure she would at least have some friends that could help. Or she could teach herself about it. I mean, she literally invented time travel. This shouldn't be a problem. With a head start and knowing what to expect, both of these things were developed rapidly. Plus, they were prepared. There's a bunch of bunkers and other safe places for people to stay. The androids are still destroying a lot and killing a lot of people, but the Dragon Balls are still active too. So, once everything's settled with the androids, they'll just use the Dragon Balls to restore that. Unfortunately, Goku's gonna stay dead. Piccolo and Kami know about Namek, but no one else does because they never even went there. They assume more Dragon Balls might be out there, but they don't know if that would work to revive Goku anyways. Basically what I'm saying is that future Goku is going to stay dead. In terms of going back to the past, she trusted Gohan with this. Actually, it was Goku's request too. In his original life, he knew that Trunks was the one to come back in the past, and him time traveling was what caused the timelines to split. So the future Goku we're talking about right now is actually the original one that Fu sent back. This is kind of how things work normally. The time travel is branching off the timelines. But Goku knew that he never got to meet future Gohan in his original life, and future Gohan went so long without having Goku in his life. So he's changing that here by having Gohan be the one to go back in time. In this story, future Gohan gets to see Goku again, and he gets to live. He'll get to achieve his dreams of becoming a scholar, and he'll protect his timeline. And the present Goku's glad to hear this. Future Goku was really strong by that point. He had Super Saiyan 3, and thanks to keeping his tail, it actually worked fine, which is an unintended side effect. This Goku has it too by now. And this is interesting for Goku to hear. He's gonna stay dead in the future like normal because he died of natural causes, but everyone else is alive in the future. Gohan says the Saiyans and Piccolo tried to fight, but no one could kill the androids. And Goku's glad to hear Trunks was still born, though it seems to have not even mattered much. It's still good, but it wasn't needed for the time travel part. But Gohan's not just here to deliver the medicine. It's not like he needs to warn Goku about the androids or anything, but he's retrieving Goku to defeat the androids. And he's fine doing that. Goku travels to the future with Gohan. Everyone's amazed to see him once again, and they're glad to see that the time travel's worked out. Since Bulma's gonna have to refuel the time machine too, he might be here a bit, but she's already working on the refuel for the second trip, so it shouldn't be more than a week. He knows the androids in this timeline aren't good like they are in his timeline, and they've destroyed so much. Piccolo even almost merged with Kami here, but they wanted to keep the Dragon Balls in check. Jiro's lab is in a different spot, and Bulma has been searching, but her priority was preparing things just in case, so they never actually found the lab. That's why they're bringing Goku here. Goku kinda acts like a protective shield for them. They search for the lab with Goku's help, and the androids do encounter them at one point. Goku simply defeats them, but doesn't kill them. Maybe they can still be redeemed here. Plus, they do end up finding the lab, and Bulma's able to get the info for the remote to make. When beating the androids, Goku does threaten them too, saying he doesn't mind sparing them. But if they do want to keep causing trouble, he'll let everyone else decide if they want to stop the androids or not. They have the remote as a deterrent now. If they need, the androids can be killed with the push of a button. So, the androids are stopped here, and not in the way that everyone expected. Goku hopes they'll turn good. They should be able to, after all. Plus, it'll at least serve as more motivation for everyone to keep training. And while Goku is here, Bulma has a message for Goku. Visit his future self. They're not even sure how he's supposed to do that, but Goku knows a perfect way. It shouldn't be too hard. He places 2 fingers on his forehead, and he's really excited. He never got the chance to meet his future self, or any alternate version of himself, really. Well, there was Goku Black, but that was only his alternate body. Really, it was just Zamasu. This is actually going to be him. This is a completely new experience for him. But Goku teleports up to King Kai, and just like he expected, he sees another version of himself there. It's like looking into a mirror. King Kai's a bit confused as to how there's 2 Gokus here, but present Goku explains, and future Goku said he forgot to tell King Kai about this. Future Goku just didn't expect it to happen so soon. It's only been a few years. Goku thanks his future self for being the martyr here, and future Goku is still pretty bummed about it, but over the past few years he's done some thinking, and he's come to terms with it. It's nice to talk with someone who understands his plight, even though it is just him, and present Goku feels the same way. Future Goku hoped to make something new out of his life, and maybe he still can. He still is worried about few showing up here, but maybe there's just one few. Maybe he's just going to show up in the present timeline, and Goku never considered that. That is true. Maybe he's not a constant in every timeline. Like, he never did show up in Trunks' future, which was a few years ahead of them. They're not entirely sure, but it is a possibility. Future Goku tells his past self to come back and fight once he's gotten a hold of Ultra Instinct. King Kai's listening in, and he asks what Ultra Instinct is. Oh, well, he forgot to tell King Kai that he's going to meet Beerus eventually. Beerus actually has a dream about having a rival, and that awakens the Super Saiyan God. Though, future Goku doesn't know how that's going to go down here. And that terrifies King Kai. Beerus is going to come here, and Goku's going to be his rival? Oh yeah. King Kai freaks out, telling him he can't fight Beerus, but Goku says it's already too late. Both of them have in a past life, and they both laugh over it. Present Goku's got to train to beat his future self. This one is older, and he's dead so he can train 24/7, so he has those advantages. He'll stay dead, and he's fine with it. Besides, he doesn't want to mess things up even more now, so maybe being dead's a good thing, and maybe it's how things are supposed to be. And at least it'll make for an interesting opponent. Himself. Right. Well, present Goku's glad he got to meet him. Though he does ask, does he plan on getting revived by Piranga? Again, these are the same Gokus that have both been reborn. They went through the same events that the normal Goku did, and they're not actually sure if Piranga could revive them, but they know Elder Kai did. Well, he doesn't know how that's going to happen here because the circumstances with Elder Kai were dire. It was because Buu was around and he gave his life to revive Goku. And maybe he could help the others find Namek, but again, maybe things aren't supposed to go like that. Maybe he should just keep them as is. Everyone will be fine without him. And besides, give it a few decades and they'll all join him here, and they'll be able to spend an eternity together. Well, as long as the future timeline doesn't get erased. Present Goku laughs about that, and now future Goku's kinda terrified. Oh crap, yeah, that's right. Originally, Zeno erased this timeline, and that means he's gonna go along with it. Present Goku probably shouldn't laugh about that. Well, he'll do what he can to prevent Zamasu from destroying everything. Or rather, Zeno, I guess. And by that point, he should have Ultra Instinct, or maybe even something beyond that, and they'll have their rematch then. Assuming Zamasu even attacks here, because Goku still doesn't know how things are gonna go differently here. They say their goodbyes, and Goku goes back to Earth, saying his goodbyes to everyone from the future. He's taken back home by Gohan, and they have one last farewell. Present Goku tells Gohan that he should talk with his dad. Future Goku's still around, he's just in Otherworld, and they could still talk. But now Goku has to figure out what to do here. He has the heart virus medication, so once he actually gets the symptoms, he'll be fine. And Goku knows that Cell's gonna appear by time travel. He warned everyone about Cell in the future too, and they destroyed the Cell in that lab there. So no Cell should show up in that timeline because originally that Cell was just gonna show up to take the time machine. And that would have happened years from now, but they prevented that. In this timeline, Goku finds Jiro's lab, and he frees the androids, with some help from Bulma, who's able to deprogram them, removing all the evil stuff, and at least giving them some normalcy back in their lives. Though they are kinda just left to their own devices. Jiro of course tries to kill Goku in the process, but Goku easily defeats him. He doesn't mind killing Jiro either. He's already caused so much pain and he's only going to be a problem in the future. Like, think about the things he did. He kidnapped these two and turned them into androids against their will, made them into killing machines. His whole life has been consumed by revenge. He just wanted to kill Goku. And of course, Goku might have been able to change that this time around by handling the Red Ribbon Army differently, so this is kind of self-inflicted. And he regrets trying to do things the same way back then. Now he knows that it's fine if he does things differently. But Jiro is too far gone. Besides, he's basically already destroyed himself, turning himself into an android, making him barely human anymore. To Goku, it's like turning off a machine. There is no part of Jiro to save, so he's killed. His lab is completely destroyed, and Cell is destroyed too. But that's just present Cell. Goku worries about the other Cell. There is supposed to be one from another timeline that shows up here, so why hasn't he shown up yet? Well, it should be relatively soon. And you know, his talk with future Goku made him remember something. He can get Super Saiyan God way earlier if he wants to. The issue is, he's gonna need 5 Super Saiyans, and he's not too sure if any of them are righteous here. At least there's Gohan. But even if the 4 of them work, there's still a 5th one that they need. Actually, he has an idea. He did consider maybe trying to find Broly, but that's not gonna work right now. There is another option. Goku wanted to try and work for this power this time around, but this is gonna be the only shortcut he takes. Part of him did want to earn it, but he does need to get strong as fast as possible to get prepared. Getting Super Saiyan God like this won't be too much of an issue because everything else, it'll be through training. If the others want to work for it, they can. If they want to do the ritual, they can. But for now, Goku's doing the ritual in this way. Gohan, Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa join the ritual. And for the 5th Saiyan, they use Chi-Chi. He thanks Gohan and Videl for this idea. The timing's perfect because right now, Chi-Chi's actually pregnant. They do have the 5th Saiyan here. It's Goten. It is strange for her to join the ritual because she's holding Gohan's hand and then also Raditz's hand. It's a very weird union. Everyone turns Super Saiyan and Chi-Chi acts as the 5th. And it ends up working perfectly. The first Super Saiyan God is born, Goku. Thankfully this shouldn't affect Cell because he's probably already here by now. Though there is one other loose end that he's going to try and tie up here. Piccolo and Kami meet on the lookout. Piccolo wants to get stronger and apparently this is the best way for him to do it. Both of them knew this time would come and so did Goku too. He's there watching. He plans on recreating the Nameless Namekian, merging with Kami once more. This isn't to fight Cell either. This is to fight Goku. Kami first summoned Shenron, asking Shenron to grant Piccolo the power to make Dragon Balls. The power is transferred to him, and now Piccolo could do that if he wants to. Shenron is his dragon. Kami never thought the day would come, but Goku actually told him a while ago that this would happen. This was around the time he first met Goku. Apparently, he was bound to remerge with Piccolo, and Kami was kinda hoping it would happen. He's glad it did. Piccolo's still a bit reluctant about the whole thing, but he'll do it if he needs to. He has changed so much that it's why he's considering it in the first place. And you have to remember, Piccolo Jr. was just the reincarnation of him. Without Nail as a part of him, this Piccolo might be a bit weaker, but since Goku said he started out stronger than Piccolo Jr., this Piccolo might be able to surpass that Piccolo. And Kami's glad to see that he's been changed by Earth. The Demon King is now just Piccolo. The evil side of him that he once expunged, now softened. The two of them merge. Goku watches on. And Popo does too, with some tears. The Nameless Namekian is reborn, in his truest form, since it involves King Piccolo, the actual body that split off of him before. And Goku's really happy to see this. He's in a different body technically, but mentally, this is the Piccolo that he knows. The Namekian who doesn't even know his own name. Goku welcomes him back, and even though he doesn't have a name, he thinks Piccolo's still fitting for him. Goku waits for Cell, not even realizing he's going to make someone else show up sooner. But with that, we'll leave off here for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me you want to see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.